Hi, Eric Wilson here. I'm independent licensed mechanic with 30 years of experience. In the next 6 to 7 minutes, I'm going to show you the inside story in the 2005 Toyota Sienna so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, coming in on the front right tire, you've got all-season radios and about 70 to 80% tread, so lots and lots of good tread. Coming behind the front right tire, you've got your lower right ball joint. Now, this is tight and critical because that's what holds the wheel to the chassis. If you see this rubber boot here is full of grease, and it's a outer CV boot. Now, if it was ripped, you'd see it right away because it'd be grease all over the place. So that is good and dry. The inner CV boot, or your inner CV boot right here. Yeah, you can just see a little harder to see there, but again, good and dry. So no leaks, no rips in your CV boots there, which is important. Okay, and coming in on the front brakes, you've got about 30,000 K left on your front brakes, which lots and lots of K. Okay, coming in on the front right strut. Now, this strut is full of oil. If it was leaking, you'd see it dripping all the way down there, and you can see for yourself, good and dry. Your spring suspension intact, no issues with the front right. Okay. Now, your outer tie rod, right outer tie rod, this is the most important thing in the whole car because it's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering. It is tight. So that's suspension-wise, brake-wise, leak-wise, I don't see any issues on the front right. Now, this is your catalytic converter. There's nothing wrong with it. The trouble is people are reaching under here with a sawzall and they're going cut, and they're going cut, and you've just lost your cat in about less than 5 minutes. And what I've done is I've come up with a simple system to protect the cat. Stainless steel cables, we wrap it around with a cage, and it means that people reach under there with a saw, they hit the cables, and they just say forget it, move on to the next one. Now, that protection, that cat theft protection, which if you lose your cat, you're looking at about $1,000 repair. If you don't lose your cat, I mean, if I put the protection on there, it's going to stop it, and it costs you nothing. Ask Dimitri, because it's free for nothing. We just want to protect you. If you buy the car, he's going to send you to me, and I'm going to protect it, and you're going to be, you're not going to lose your cat. Okay, you have about 30,000 K on the right rear, your right rear brakes. You got about 30,000 K, just about as much as the front. You've got a good amount of K left here. Now, coming behind the front right tire, the rear right tire, again about 70 to 80% tread on all season radios. Your right rear suspension, I should say your shock. Now, this shock is full of oil, and if it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down there. Now, your right rear suspension, again, your spring suspension is intact, and yeah, so it's intact, but no cracks. So no issues brake-wise, leak-wise, or suspension-wise on the front, on the right rear. Shot of your exhaust, a little bit of surface rust, but nothing major, and all intact. No issues with your exhaust. Okay, coming in on the front left tire, you got about 80% tread on all season radios. Coming behind the front left tire, your outer CV boot, good and dry. Your inner CV boot, a little harder to see here, but I'll see if I can get a shot there for you. Yeah, if you can see inside there, it's yeah, good and dry and no leaks, because otherwise you see grease, you see oil all over that shaft right there. But she's good and dry. Your lower ball joint, left lower ball joint is intact. Your brakes about 30,000 K. Yeah, she's looking not too shabby on the front. Now, okay, another leak point would be right here, because this is the bottom of the tranny. Good and dry. Another leak point would be here between the motor and the tranny, and that's good and dry. So leaks, not seeing anything of any concern leak wise here. The left outer tie rod right here is tight, and that's critical. It holds the wheel to the steering. The sway bar, your left sway bar link connected from there to here. Your left and right are both connected and intact, so no issues with leaks that I can see, suspension that I can see, with pretty much anything at this point. Now, your left shock, now these shocks are full of, these struts are full of oil. If it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down here, and you see for yourself, good and dry. Left suspension, all tight and intact on your front strut. Now, on your right front strut, if these are full of oil, and if it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down here, and that is good and tight, good and dry, and your spring suspension intact on the front right strut. Yeah, about 30,000 K on your rear brakes, same as the other side there. Your about 70 to 80% tread on all season radios. Your rear shock, I'll get another angle there. Okay, your left rear shock hanging full of oil. If it was leaking, would be dripping all the way down here. See for yourself, good and dry. Your left rear suspension intact, no issues. Rust wise, for a 2005, this thing's in excellent shape. I'm not seeing, other than surface rust, really very little. Okay, motor running 264,024. No check engine lights. You got no cracks in your windshield. Clean interior, and the most important part, the AC is blowing cold. Oh yay. Okay, shot of the engine as the motor runs. All right. Okay, shot of the exhaust as the motor running. Very, very clean. Now, the first thing I do on any vehicle, and I'm going to show you here, is I take the cap off, the oil cap, and I look underneath and I look for white goo. Now, you can see for yourself here, there is no indication of white goo. Now, white goo is an indication of an internal leak of oil and antifreeze mixing, and I don't see that happening here. And no, I don't see this at all. So, mechanically wise, these 3.3s are rock solid. I mean, they get 400,000 K on with just regular maintenance kind of thing. So yeah, you've got a lot of kilometers left in this on this thing, and as far as I can tell, this has been well maintained. So anyway, this is my my estimation of this vehicle. I'm not seeing anything of any concern. The other thing is that Dimitri is prepared to give you a free 10% fuel saving device if you buy. And again, it doesn't cost you a dime. All he does is he sends you to me. I'll hook it up. I've used it for 20 years. It never fails, and it never stops working. In addition to that, he's also prepared to give you free catalytic theft protection, because cats are getting stolen so bad. Like, they're worth anywhere from $3,000 to $1,000, and they're gone in 5 minutes. I will protect this cat from being stolen, and that won't cost you a penny. Just ask Dimitri about it. He'll hook you up with me, and I'll be able to help you with that. That's all compliments of Dimitri. Hopefully this will help you make an informed decision, and have a good one, because Dimitri's just simply got nothing to hide, and any other vehicles that he's got, he's prepared to bring me in and show you the inside story. Have a good one.